Hi, welcome to another Tips for Landlords and Property Managers video brought to you by FastEvictLawGroup.com. On today's episode, we'll cover basic California landlord rights. Remember, the contents of this video shouldn't be considered legal advice. It's no secret California is a pro-tenant state, and it seems like the landlord only has obligations to fulfill. The truth is, landlords in California do have rights, as we're about to explain what the basic ones are. Right to choose the ideal tenant. The landlord has the right to thoroughly screen and find their ideal tenant. This means running background checks, credit history reports, and verifying any and all information the tenant provides in the application. Right to collect a security deposit. The landlord has the full right to collect a security deposit in California. The max amount the landlord can hold as a security deposit is 1 month's rent for unfurnished rentals and 2 months' rent for furnished rentals. The right to collect rent on time. The landlord has the right to collect rent on time and in full each month from their tenants. This also entails having the right to collect late rent fees from their tenant if the rental agreement allows it. The right to expect tenant to comply with the lease. The landlord has the right to expect their tenant to follow the lease they signed when they moved in. If the tenant fails to comply with the clauses in the lease, the landlord has the right to evict the tenant. Right to timely notice. The landlord has the right to receive timely notice from their tenant if maintenance issues or damages were to arise on the rental property. It's important that the tenant notifies the landlord about any issues so that the landlord could fix the issues as soon as possible. If the tenant fails to disclose any issues to the landlord, the tenant loses the right to hold the landlord responsible. The right to claim for damages. The landlord has the right to sue the tenant for damages caused to the property by either the tenant or their guest through small claims court. Right to enter your property. Landlords in California have the right to enter their property. A tenant can't refuse access as long as the landlord follows landlord-tenant guidelines, such as providing the tenant 24 hours notice, using their right during normal business hours, and if a repair is to be done, the landlord must provide at least 7 days notice. The right to evict a tenant. A landlord has the right to evict a tenant for non-payment of rent and or non-compliance of the rental agreement. The landlord, of course, needs to follow proper legal procedure to observe this right. The right to raising rent. Following California and local rent control regulations, the landlord has the right to increase rent after a 12-month period. Consider learning about AB 1482 and any local city rent control regulations your property may be subject to. Do you feel landlords have enough rights in California? Let us know about it in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe if you have found this video useful. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.